After NWA 73 and Empower, what did we get in this show today? We got some good content here. I don't know if everyone else is going to like it, but admittedly, I did like the content, but there were certain things I just didn't like. One thing, you see them in my face right now, the commentary team. Look, guys, I've said Velvet Sky could grow into her role, and she, to a certain extent, has. But I don't know what it is about her being in the chase now because she's annoying. And I guess it's because we don't know where they're going to go with Idol and Velvet Sky. That's the thing that's annoying me. Because when you see the match of the N versus Clearwater and Scion, the former masked man, Austin Idol comes out. Now, before we get started with that, this is a tournament to go up against La Rebellion, or La Rebellion's tag titles. So we got a tournament. Fine, I'm alright with that. There's nothing wrong with having a tournament to see who's going to be doing it. It also spotlights most of the people, but it does show one weakness that the NWA has. They don't have that many wrestlers. The majority of the ones that you're seeing on screen are most of the main title. Most of them. So they don't really have a lot of people in their roster. And I will be doing a GUNT report very soon. And it will be talking about the WWE releases and are they in trouble. So I will be recording that for next week. I'm not going to do anything this week, guys. There's no GUNT report this week. Next week there'll be one. But I'll give it to you like this when it comes to Velvet Sky. And I just don't know where they're going. I don't. I'm hoping that it will lead somewhere between Velvet Sky and Austin Idol. I'm not saying about a match or anything, just there's got to be an end to it because seeing her get annoyed at Austin Idol and her having this attitude, she was saying at one point during the match, I don't want him near me. Oh, that breath, please, please stay away from me. That breath is death. Sooner or later, that's going to get tiring, no matter if you're doing it in the Chase or back in the GBC studios back in Atlanta, Georgia. It is going to get tiring, so they need to go somewhere with that. I hope they will eventually. But that's just me. The end wins. And Odinson is a monster. That guy has something. Now, I don't like the spray bit because that's how pretty much Clearwater lost because he went and asked for the spray to spray those guys and he basically get laid out by Odinson. Done. But he's got something. Now, is he still unrefined? Yes. He's still not that great of a wrestler, but he does have some type of charisma I do like. That's just me. Guys, comment below. Now, we had several interviews. We had the Hawks talking about what they're going to be, what the reason they're in the NWA, and that's the reason why they're going for the tag titles, and no one is going to get past them because right now, JTG is working with Kobe. And you wonder why didn't JTG work with, instead of Kobe, what is it? I keep forgetting guy's name. I don't know why. I'm just going to call him Kobe. Why is he working with him instead of working with Slice Boogie? They're both from New York. Why not work together? What? Because one's from Queens, the other one's from Brooklyn. They don't work together, please. When it's time and this comes up, they work together. They will work. They will put their problems aside because Brooklyn is no nonsense. They will beat the shit out of you, curse you out, beat the shit out of you again, and say, you really did piss me off? And then they beat you again. And Queens, they'll beat the shit out of you. Complain they have to beat the shit out of you. And if you talk about Manhattan and the Bronx, pretty much Manhattan, they just fight and curse you out and just curse you out. Just like the Bronx. The Bronx, like, well, I take that back. I'm originally from Manhattan. I lived in Mount Vernon. I lived in the Bronx where I'm at right now. And honestly, the one thing I've learned being in the Bronx, they will curse you out first. They'll show off, then curse you out again. And then they beat the shit out of you. And then they curse you out and beat and show off again. That is the way it is in the Bronx. But it doesn't mean that a Bronx boy, when he gets really pissed, he won't act like someone from Brooklyn. So I'm kind of wondering, why didn't Slice Boogie and JTG team up? It would have been better. I don't get it. But it was a good interview. Now, Judias going against Plunkett. And you still have Father Mitchell by his side. Now, this is something interesting. I'm all right with this. Seeing Father Mitchell talk for Judias is a good thing, because he is one of the best talkers in the business. The question's going to be, how long would it be before he rises up in the ranks? He destroys Plunkett with a razor's edge. I believe I got a shot of it into my face. The interesting thing is that he's dealing with Storm right now. Storm came back during 73. He is now here. The question is going to be, how far are they going to go with this feud? I'm just saying. We had chickens. They're in my face. You got Blaze and you got Marty Bell. And I knew that when I saw those two acting up, they looked like hood rats. If you think about the hood rats from pretty much from Impact Wrestling, when I talk about Tasha Steelz and Kira Hogan, this is the epitome. Blaze and Marty Bell are the epitome of hood rats. They just want to cause nothing but grief. Cursing each other out, didn't matter in English or Spanish. And in this situation, having them speak in Spanish, let them speak in Spanish, was actually the wisest thing to do. They're both Spanish speaking, and in this situation, they both getting up in their own grills. Makes perfect sense in this situation. But I gotta say this. Someone who doesn't speak Spanish, even if I am part Spanish, sooner or later, you must let these two women talk more English. If they do almost all exclusively Spanish, and their partners have to do the English, that's fine. But if they're by themselves and they do this too much, eventually they got to do English, because it will be very tiring. Not because the Spanish language is hard or tiring or annoying. It's just that seeing two women who got their heads cut off that want to fight one another, sooner or later, you want to understand what they're saying. Even if you got to bleep it. Now, Jax Dean and Crimson. Another interview. And you try to find out what exactly happened. And Jax Dean is happy beyond stink because he's getting his shot when he's ready. I don't know which one he's going after. Either going to national, the TV title, or the world title. I don't know which one he's going after. He said, with Crimson in his face, look, I have been a national champion. Well, not a TV champion, but national champion, a world champion. I've been a tag champion. I'm going to regain every title I ever had in NWA. I'm going to regain them. And when it came to Crimson, he made it very clear, I'm not having a problem losing, because you said I'm a loser because I can't get the job done. Fine. But you can't do it better either. And in fact, the way you took me out is the only problem I had. Because you're a lucky loser. I could be a loser. Fine. You're a lucky loser. You were the last one picked. You were an alternate. And you, well, not alternate, but you were the last one picked. And you're just a lucky loser. And because of what you've done, I'm going to do something you won't expect. I'm going to humiliate you. So next week we're having a match. So what does that mean? Humiliation? I don't know. How is he going to humiliate him? Just beating him in a match is not going to be enough. It's got to be something else. I just don't know what it is. You guys tell me below what you think. I just don't know yet. Now, we got a new hire in NWA. That is Tootie Lynn, the Little Blue Dragon. Trudy Lynn goes up against Kylie Ray, which actually was a very good match. Like Odinson, well, like the end going up against Clearwater and Sion, was a good match for a tag match. Actually, one of the better matches. Seeing the women here, this was the best match of the night. But saying that she is a martial arts expert when she didn't even show any sign of martial arts, that she did ordinary, regular wrestling moves. Sorry. Aleister Black, or Malachi Black as he known now in AEW, I'm doing NWA, AEW, he shows that he can take you out when he's ready. She never showed any of it. Now, of course, this is not the second time I've seen her, but when I saw her in the Battle Royal, she didn't really feel like it. She didn't really feel like that. No, the Gauntlet, not Battle Royal, the Gauntlet. She did not feel like she was a martial arts expert, particularly at this time at least. She made sure her gi wasn't tied in a way that she couldn't untie it this time around, so that's a good thing. Kylie Ray won, and doing it with a smile. So we now have a new woman in NWA. I don't know how long, but at least she's there. They need more. Give me more NWA. Please give me more. Hopefully you'll get it. We get another interview. We get the Austin Idol crew. Tyrus, Clearwater, and Black G's. Black G's had to apologize because he was trying to get the title from a Tyrus, but Tyrus said, you know what, you tried to take me out, I wasn't ready, but you know, I understand you wanted it, but no one's taking this title from me. That's what he said generally, not just the Black G's and Clearwater. He made it to everybody. Then you got Austin Idol making it very clear, I don't need to look at no damn camera. I'm going to look wherever the hell I want, because Kyle Davis was getting up in his grill saying, hey, you need to, we're on a show. He said, I don't listen to a producer. I don't listen to a director. I look where I want to look. And pretty much Clearwater tried to say, hey, just because I lost my match in the beginning of the show does not mean that I am still not dominant and everyone is dominant. And then he basically nails Sion, saying it's his fault because he gave 110, well, did he say 110 or 120? 110%, but Sion gave like 65. So maybe we're going to have a feud between Clearwater and Sion because Sion doesn't like to get insulted. The last match we got was Sal and Mims versus Marche Rocket and Slice Booger. Big, strong, pass. BSP. What the fuck is that? Big, strong pals, the Sal Renaro and the Mims. That what? With Kyle Davis by the side. What? What? Really? Really? Get in my face. I'm not even going to show a match. Don't need to show any images of the match. We know who won. The faces won. BSP won. So they're moving on to the semifinals or the finals, counting on how far they're going to stretch this. It's fine. And if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. This is... How can I say the name of this? What? The interview with Nick Aldis. And honoring Aldis' run. Maybe I'll say that. They honor the Aldis run. They show a good, nice video package of his run. How he ran. Now they're saying one. Before they said 1,041 days. Now they're saying 1,044. Now, technically, that is 2 years, 8 months, and I think... 5 weeks? Not talking about days, but 5 weeks. I think that's where it is. Because that's 1,044, and I believe it's 2 years, 8 months, and 5 weeks. 4 or 5 weeks. And they made it very clear this was important. And then when Nick comes out with Strictly Business, he makes it very clear. He says to Kyle Davis, because Kyle Davis said at NWA 73, you punch me in the face. And he says, you know what? You're right. And you get on my nerves a lot. You look like you deserve to get punched in the face, But I'm going to say something. I'm sorry. He shook his hand. And he said to everyone, if you don't like what I've done for the last couple of months, I understand it. But you need to understand what I was going through. I am the champion of a brand, and he made, not brand, of a company that was considered a joke. He didn't say it directly, but he did imply that NWA was nothing but a joke before he came in and became the champion and then started making it relevant. He had to go to podcasts, he had to go to interviews, he had to go to any type of press conference. He had to do everything required of an NWA champion, where he wanted to honor the Harley Race, the Rickety Dragon Steamboat, the Terry Funk, the Gory Funk, the Ric Flair, the Willie Dillon, Winding and Dining. My Space Mountain still works because I'm doing Car Shield. He is still doing Car Shield. They showed an advertising for it. He credited everyone, and he made it very clear to a Trevor Murdoch, I don't like you. We're not going to be friends. We're not sharing Christmas cards. We are like oil and water, like you said. But I respect you. You're the better man. You won. Now you're going to have to do what I did. Now you're going to have to go to the press conferences. You're going to have to go all to the podcasts. You're going to have to go to any place that's necessary that the NWA champion did. That is your job now. And know easily in the back, everyone's clapping for you, saying, oh, well, great, great. You're an incredible champion. But they want that damn title from you. So you better get ready. You better start. You better start doing whatever it takes to be ready, because when it comes down to it, you got to do my job. But I want to make this clear. And it gets interesting. I'm going to make this perfectly clear. I have lost it before, and I know how to get it back again. And this is what I do. It's part of the family business. And he pauses for a moment, and I thought there's something going on in the back. And then I heard someone say something. I didn't make it out the first time. I had to replay it the second or third time because I was wanting to know what it was. And then I realized the person said Mickey, and she came out. And I had to make sure that's what I heard the first time when I saw Mickey the first time. Mickey James now is showing Strictly Business, or at least she's with him while he's in Strictly Business. I don't know if she's in Strictly Business. I just know that she's with him now. She's going to be with him. And then once he finishes, he leaves with his woman. Everyone else follows behind, giving a very strange look like, okay, what does this mean? That's the type of look they gave. Honoring Nick's run. I think that's the best title for this. It's been almost 3 years since he took control of that title, which we know for a fact was a joke 10 years ago. No matter how many times people tried to make the NWA mean something, they couldn't get it done. They could not get it done until Billy Corgan took it over and tried to reorganize it and gave us something different. Look at it now. Yes, it's still considered a minor promotion, but it still has enough prestige to be known as the oldest known promotion in existence. Remember, the WCCWC or the WCCW, those type of promotions that started up not too much after it, because they started up in 1949, I believe. They're the only ones left, generally. Any of the other ones have been debunked or broken up into different little promotions of their own, if they still exist. They're the oldest. Their tag titles are the oldest. Their women's title, the Burke, is the oldest. Their men's title is the oldest. The national title and the U.S. title. Remember, I think the U.S. title was started in AWA. I'm not sure. I think it is. But essentially, almost all the main titles that have been copied in all the other promotions started there. So, is this something good for NWA? It is. But the question is going to be how... Let's be honest here. They need more interaction with Impact and AEW. Being where they are is not enough. They need to be seen on TNT. They need to be seen on Access TV. They got a chance to be seen on Fightful, but it's not enough. They need it. Now, I know people are not going to be happy that they're going to work with Impact or they're going to work for AEW or work with AEW, and they need to work with New Japan. But in this situation, they need it. They need more exposure. They need people from the other promotions to go there. We need, and I'm going to say this to my subscribers who I do care for. Shut your damn mouth up about ex-WWE guys. Shut up. Listen to the guy who's giving you a fair review. Shut up. When it comes down to it, NWA needs good talent. Every person that I've seen that has ever said, now we're getting old, WWE guys are going to be swamping everybody else. Shut up. It's not WWE anymore. WWE is not the issue anymore. It's about making sure we spread all those wrestlers who are indie. Indie, you stupid people. With no disrespect, but you're being stupid because you're so biased. I actually left a comment from one of my subscribers saying, why are you being so blind and so hateful? Why do you have so much hate? Why are you being biased? You're acting foolish and stupid. Not because I think you're stupid, but because you're so biased. Because you can't stand WWE. You're not listening to what's going on. WWE is not the issue here, guys. When they get rid of their people, no matter if they're good or not, they're the ones who are in the pool of wrestlers that have recognition. Remember, we're talking about companies who are making a profit if they can get on television, or cable, streaming, which is becoming very strong right now. Since the pandemic, streaming has become heavy. So they need people that will be recognized. It's not the point if you think the old WWE guys. This is the truth. Deal with it and stop acting stupid. We need them to go across Impact, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. NWA needs them. So shut up about them being old ex-WWE guys who are going to bury people. This is not about them. Understand, the ones who bury their people, it's not the wrestlers coming in. It's how the bookers book them. So don't blame the wrestlers, blame the bookers. That's something you don't understand. You think because someone comes in, they're going to bury someone. You're dumb. It's not the wrestlers who bury the wrestlers that are already there. It's the ones who book and who are in creative that bury them. And if you don't get that, I thought you really knew wrestling. I thought you knew pro wrestling since you have such an opinion about being so adamant about ex-WWE guys. You know for a fact that the people who are the refs are also the bookers. A lot of the people who are reffing, like King, who's on NWA, he's a booker. He's a black booker. You know, he'll book the wrestlers that he thinks needed, counting if Billy's going to allow it or not allow it. He has a free hand in most cases, so he books. The refs book creative rights and sometimes book, but a lot of times the refs book. So, do you really know what the fuck you're talking about? There's a lot of refs that book in independent promotions. So, if you hate someone, being an ex-WWE guy, taking someone's spot, blame the booker, which could be a ref. I'm just saying, and I hope you enjoyed this NWA Power. I think it's 41 or 40. Please give me a comment below, share and like this video. I don't know why I'm saying that. I feel so ashamed by saying it. You should just watch it and enjoy it. But I'm hoping more people will see the content because numbers are nice, but not really being seen. Hopefully you'll like it. Peace.